If you didn't see the Zenless Zone Zero Season 2 live stream, not only is everyone getting 30 free pulls, but on top of that, everyone gets to choose one standard 5-star agent and W engine. And if you're a new or returning player and are a little confused about which agent and which engine you should pick up, this video is for you. Starting off with our agents, the one that takes the highest priority out of all 6 would be Lycon. Outside of our limited stun characters like Chingy, Lighter, and Trigger, Lycon is the best free option. The reason why he's so good is, number 1, he has a very easy kit. Number 2, the main thing with his core passive is that it reduces ice damage resistance, which is really good for characters like Ellen, who's getting a buff with Season 2, Hugo, and obviously Miyabi. And number 3, with his additional ability, as long as the enemy is stunned and Lycon gets a hit in, whether he does the initial hit or he does his chain attack, it has a stun damage multiplier increase of 35%. Rina is going to be your second best option. Rina is one of the more unique characters in the game that has a focus around pen ratio, which ignores the percentage of the target's defense based on the pen ratio stat when attacking the enemy. With her core passive, as long as you attack with Rina, she's not only going to increase her own pen ratio, but the entire squad's. And with her additional ability, not only does it increase the duration of shock inflicted on the enemy, but when shocked enemies are on the field, all squad members' electric damage increases by 10%, which is really good for characters like Yanagi, Soldier Zero Ambi, and Haramasa. Now, the next 3 agents I'm going to talk about are in no particular order. This is kind of like my personal order, but it's also dependent on what you personally want on your account. So first up, if you're lacking DPS characters, you can look into getting Soldier 11. If you already have Lycon and are looking for another stun character, Coletta is decent. If you don't want Soldier 11 or Coletta, you can look into Grace, the one anomaly character that's in the standard 5 stars. And finally, getting to the last agent on this list, Nekomata. So that's what agents you should prioritize. Now let's talk about your W engines. So if you're looking for a stun engine, out of the 2 that are available, I would highly recommend Coletta Signature Hellfire Gears. This engine works well for literally any stun agent that you plan on getting, even the limited ones. Now, if you're going for an attack engine, you do have 2 options, and even though Steel Cushion, which is Nekomata Signature, does have a crit rate percentage bonus, which is obviously a stat that everyone wants to go for, I think Soldier 11 Signature, the Brimstone, is more universal. For Rina's engine, Weeping Cradle, if you don't have this one and you decide to get Rina as your free pick, I would highly recommend her engine. Now, this engine can work with other support agents. You know, it's perk giving passive energy regen buffs and buffing the entire squad's damage. And lastly, let's talk about Grace's engine, Fusion Compiler. This is a similar situation to Rina's engine where you get that base attack and the pen ratio percentage bump, but its perk Data Flood is pretty much good for any anomaly agent. Again, choosing an engine is more difficult than choosing an agent because there's not necessarily one engine that's better than the other. They all fall into their own categories because of their specialities. And so really prioritize what engine that you want, especially if you're going to be looking at future characters.